Hi all, happy Monday. So today we're starting with linear equations, and the first thing that we need to remember when we're doing linear equations is the actual function y equals mx plus b. So let's review. So if you guys remember, we have m is the slope, m is like the rate of what you're working with, or if it says per, like per day, per week, per month, that's the number that goes with the x, okay? Then your b is your starting point. It's what you start with. It's like maybe like well, let's look at our examples. Okay, so I'm going to read the example. You follow along on your PowerPoint, and then we'll see if we can fill in the blanks for our question. Okay? So number 1 says, before quarantine started, Miss McKay weighed 130 pounds. Each day, Miss McKay gains 1.2 pounds. So you need to think, which one's our rate and which one's our start? So let's think about it. We're going to fill this in. So we need to fill in our m, which is our rate, and our b, which is our start. So if you go back to the problem, how much did I weigh in the beginning of the quarantine? If you answered 130 pounds, you're correct for your b. So let's input 130 for b, okay? If you know that, then you know the 1.2 must be your m, because I gain 1.2 pounds per day. There's our keyword, per. So if you think your equation should look like this, you are correct for part A. So part B says, how much will Miss McKay weigh after 30 days of quarantine? So if we look back at our equation, we know that I gain 1.2 pounds per day plus 130. So X must mean the days, and Y must mean how much I will weigh at the end of it. So for part B, if I want to know how much I will weigh after 30 days, I'm going to take the number 30 and plug it in for X. Watch me rewrite the equation with 30 plugged in for X. Y equals 1.2. But now instead of times X, it's times 30 plus 130. So to solve from here, I would multiply 1.2 times 30 and then add 130. Part C says, if Miss McKay comes back to school weighing 170 pounds, how many days long was the quarantine? So we're still working with our same equation, but now we want to know if I came back to school and I weighed 170 pounds. Remember, X stood for the days. Y stood for how much I weighed. So we're going to take 170 and plug it in for Y. What do you think we're solving for? Well, if you said X, then you are correct. So from here, to solve for X, we need to get X all by itself. So first, we move the thing that doesn't have the X. What doesn't have the X is the 130. So let's do the opposite of plus and subtract 130 from both sides of the equation. From here, the 130s cancel just like we'd like. And 170 minus 130, well, 7654, is 140, equal to 1.2x. Your last step to solve for x is to do the opposite of multiplication, which you know it is division. Divide both sides by 1.2. On this side, it will cancel out, and your x is equal to whatever 140 divided by 1.2 is. I hope that video helped a little bit with Monday's linear equations. Now the assignment you guys have to do, you guys have an assignment with part A, B, and C, just like the last couple questions on this video. Again, message me on Miss McKay Math if you guys need help, okay? See ya!